So here we go. This is the last part of indicator 6, and now we are going to go in depth into fraction models, which is essential. Dividing fractions, so you can see a learning target. I can construct a fraction model to represent dividing by fractions, and I can calculate and explain quotients of fractions. Okay, so I know that you understand, mathematically how to the procedure of dividing fractions now, because I had just done that, but now we have to show it in the form of a fraction model. I can also show you fraction by fraction when you get back in the classroom, but that is not part of a standard right now. So we are just going to work on a whole number divided by a fraction in the model form. Okay, so let's say I have a problem which is 4 divided by 2/5. And it is asking that you have to show fraction models. So I am going to show you 2 different methods. You pick whichever you find convenient. So I'm going to show you one on a number line, and I'm going to show you one with circles, okay? You can use a circle or you can use a square, whatever works for you. So I'm going to show you 2 different forms of models, how to do this, okay? So if I say 4 divided by 2/5, I am going to, this is the first method which I'm going to show you, the number line method. The number line method. Okay, so in this, you make a number line, and since we are talking about 4 whole, so we are going to start here. This is 0, and we're going to break it apart into 4 parts. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we break it apart into 4 wholes. Okay, then we look at, okay, always the denominator in the second fraction. So what are you dividing by? What fractional part are you dividing by? So if it says 5 as the denominator, always look at the denominator. Okay, so if it's saying 2/5, my denominator is 5. So I am going to divide each of these into 5. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th one. So 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5. So each of these into 5 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the 5th part. Okay? Now, once you have this broken up like this, next you are going to take 2/5 from each of that. So if I say this is 1 and this is 2, so this is 2 out of 5, right? And then another 2 out of 5, so this is 1, 2, another 2 out of 5, and then 1, 2, 2 out of 5. I'm just showing you in different colors so you can see the 2 parts, because it says 2/5, 2 out of 5. So 1, 2, 2/5, and 1, 2, that's another 2/5. Then 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, that's 2/5. 1, 2 here. 1, 2 here. And 1, 2 over here. Okay, so now once I have broken it into 2/5, 2/5, 2/5, 2/5, I'm going to count how many I have. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these. So I have 10 as my answer. That there are 10 groups of 2/5 in 4. Okay, so there are 10 groups of 2/5 in 4. So this is my answer. Okay, so all I did was make a number line once again. All right, and then because my whole number was 4, I took 4, my number line up to 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then since I'm dividing by 2/5, I took each section from 0 to 1, from 1 to 2, from 2 to 3, from 3 to 4 into 5 parts. If it was let's say 2/7, if it was 2/7, I would have divided each section into 7 parts. So this would have been 7, 7, 7, 7. So it depends on what the denominator is. Okay, so that's why I divided into 5 parts each, and then I took 2, 2, 2 because it's saying 2 out of 5, and then I counted all those 2/5 up, and I saw how many groups I would get, and I got 10 groups of 2/5 are in 4. So this is the number line method, okay? I'm going to show you another method using circles, okay? Using circles. So I am going to go ahead and I'm just going to make, since we said about 4, so I'm going to write that over here, 4 divided by 2/5. Okay, and we have 4 holes. So here we go. I make one. This is one hole, one circle, another circle, third circle, and here's my 4th circle. Okay, so these are my 4 circles, and then I am going to divide each circle based on what my denominator is into those many parts. Okay, so I'm going to divide this into 5 parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I have taken 4 holes. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 holes, and because the denominator is 5, I've broken them all into 5 parts each. Then I'm going to go ahead and let me use some different colors to show you. I am going to color in 2/5. So this is, oh well, that did not work. Let me get another marker over here. So these are 2 out of 5 parts that I colored in. So these are 2 out of 5 parts that I colored in. So that's a 2/5. Then I'm going to use a green. So 2 out of 5. So this is 1, 2. Okay, so you keep going like that and you keep coloring 2 because 2/5 is, so this is your 1 here. We can do the second one here. So 2 out of 5. Okay, another 2, 1, 2. Then I can use another color and we go 1, 2. And then let me go back to the brown and do 1, 2. Remember, it's 2/5, so I'm trying to color each of those, 2 parts of the 5. So 1, 2. Make one red over here, and the second one you can do over here. 2/5. Then let's go ahead and do 2 over here, and then I have one last one so I can go ahead and do this color. Okay, so now once I've done two parts of each of these, I'm going to go and count those groups. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and count those groups. So this is one group, so this is one, the green is another group, the purple or pink, whatever, it's another group, that's 3. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, the red is here, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 groups over here of 2/5 in 4. So same thing, look, whether you do it this way or you do it that way, it's still the same thing. So 10 groups of 2/5 are in 4. All right, let's try another one and I will show you both methods. And if you choose to make a square or a rectangle to demonstrate this, you are welcome also. You could have done it this way. Let me see if I can move the camera in this direction. All right. So you could have just done the same thing and you're doing 4 divided by 2/5. You could have easily written it in this format. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can definitely do that. And then I have another because this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I have 4 of these. And so each is 5 parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So instead of circle, if you choose this, that is perfectly fine. And then now you can go ahead and do 2 out of 5. Okay, 2 out of 5. 1, and here's the second one, 2. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And then we have 1, 2. Okay, so now once you have this, again, go ahead and do the same thing and you are going to count. Okay, and so this is these two one color, so 1, second color, third color, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9, and 10. So you can see that there are 10 groups over here also. So let me show this to you. Here we go. Right? So this, you can do it this way also. So you can see you have 10 groups of 2/5 in 4. Okay, so just want to show you, you can use any of these models. Let me do another practice one with you. Okay. All right, so let's use another example so that you get what I'm doing. All right, so if I say 3 divided by 3/4, I said 3 divided by 3/4. So in this we can see what our whole number is. Okay, and our whole number over here is 3. So we are going to take a number line which has 3 parts. Okay, this is 0. We have 1, 2, and 3. So these are my 3, which represent the whole number over here, divided by 3/4. So now you look at this part. Look at the denominator. Look at denominator. And that will tell you how much to break each of these into. So since it's 3/4, my denominator is 4. So I am going to break this into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And so each of those is broken into 4 parts based on the denominator. And then after that, I am going to take 3 out of 4. So look, I go 1, 2, 3 is one section. Okay? And then let me get another 1, 2, 3 is another section. Then 1, 2, 3, here we go. And 1, 2, 3 is here. Okay? And so if I was to see how many groups are there, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 groups. My answer is 4. So 4 groups of 3/4 in 3. So in this 3, we have 4 groups of 3/4. And so that is what my answer is. Okay, so I'm going to show this to you in the circle form, or if you would like to do your the rectangular form, it doesn't matter how you do it. But if I have circles, I can see I have 3 as my whole number. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, those are my 3 circles. All right, and now over here it says my denominator is 4 because here's my question, 3 divided by 3/4. Okay, so you always look at the denominator. Since it's 4, I'm going to divide each circle into 4 parts. Okay, and then I'm going to go and circle in 3 out of 4. So here's one color. And then I'm going to go ahead and circle 1, 2, 3. Here's another color. Then I can do 1, 2, 3. Here's another color. And we have 1, 2, 3. And here's the last color. So now when I look at this, I can see here's one group. So this is 1. Here's another group of red. Here's a group of brown, and then the green. So we have, as you can see, this will be my final answer when you count up. So you have 4 groups of 3/4 in 3. So this is how you show your fraction models. Again, you could have used this and straight up just made this. You could have done this way. It doesn't matter. Okay, and then colored in. So this would be one group. This would be another group. And then this one is the third group. And then this would be the last group. All right, now just make it a little bit more, if you're using different colors, just try to fill it in better. I'm doing it on a whiteboard, so it's like pretty big area. It'll take me forever to finish this lesson if I start coloring in properly over here. But this is how you do fraction models. Another thing that we have to see over here is I can explain quotients of fractions. Well, we're going to get into that in a second, but in order to check your work always, you know how to do this. I could have just done to check my work 3 times 4/3, because remember the different steps over here that you bring the first one down as is. So leave and change and then flip, and that's what I did. So this is 3/1. Change this and I flip this, and simplified the 3 by 3, and I get my answer as 4. So as you can see, make sure that you check your work with division, but you will be required to draw and show those models, or you might be given models and you should be able to look at that and know what is divided by. Because if I look at this model, I know that there are 3 circles, and each is each divided into 4. So 3 is my whole number, just looking at this, how many circles or the whole they are. And then same thing here, if I looked at here, I have 3 parts, so that would be my whole number. And then you look at how many sections are there. So if there are 4, that's your denominator. And then you look at the part that's colored in, that will become your numerator, each group, because then I can see this is 3 out of 4. So that is actually 3 divided by 3/4. So you should be able to look at the model and know what the problem is also, okay? Now, let's say I give you a question, and so this is where the second part I can explain quotients of fractions. Let's say I give you that there are 16 cups of food in a bag. Cups of food in a bag, and one serving of food, one serving of, let's say, cat food is 1 1/2 cups. Okay? How many cats can you feed? How many cats can you feed from this bag? Can you feed from the 16 cup bag? Okay? So if I have a question like this, yeah, you can go ahead and do the division. You're welcome to do the model version if you like, but you can straight up, since you know division, you do 16 cups, that is my whole number, divided by 1 serving of cat food is 1 1/2 cups, because we're trying to see how many cats can be fed over here. Okay, so divided by 1 1/2. First thing, remember the first rule where we have to convert the mixed number to an improper fraction. So 16 divided by, and that means 16 over 1. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1, which is 3 over 2. Now you do, bring this down as is, leave this alone, change the division to multiplication, flip the second number. Okay, now when I do this, I can see there's nothing to simplify before I multiply. So 16 times 2 is 32 divided by 3. And I end up, when I change this to a mixed number, divided by 3. So I get 1 times 3 is 3, 0, bring this down, and that means like this is not going, so this is 10, all right? 0 times 3 is 0, and my remainder is going to be 10 and 2/3. Now, we cannot say 10 and 2/3 cats. So how do you figure 2/3 of an animal anyways? All right, are you talking about this portion off or this portion off? We don't say 2/3 of a human being. We don't say 2/3 of an animal. I mean, you can't do that. So this is where this explaining quotients of fractions comes in, and we only say that this bag can feed 10 cats. So the answer will be 10 cats is the answer. Please do not write the fractional part. because there is no animal that you're going to cut up just 2/3 of it and then just say that, okay, 2/3 of the animal, okay? It's got to be a whole complete animal or a whole complete human being or whatever we are talking about. So in that case, please use the whole number, okay? So just wanted to make sure that you understood this. But this is your fraction models, and they are really easy and fun to work with. I would highly suggest using different colored markers or color pencils with the fraction models so that it becomes really simple for you to differentiate the different groups and colors and for you to mark it. All right? All right. Have a nice day.